Patricia Van Haren, family law attorney. When filing my domestic violence restraining order, who can be protected under the order? So, as you'll see, there's a form for filing the domestic violence restraining order, and it asks for additional protected persons. If you live in a household with your children, you may include your children as additional protected persons under the restraining order. We also want to make sure that we complete the section pertaining to child custody and child visitation, as some courts will grant protection for the children, which means no contact with the children. And other courts, depending on the ages of the children and if they were present for the time of abuse, may not include the children as protected people on your restraining order. Other times people will be remarried and perhaps the violence was by a former spouse. You may include your new spouse on the domestic violence restraining order only if they reside with you currently. You can also include other household members. So if you have moved to your parents or you're staying with a friend, you want to make sure that you list them as well so that no incidents come up and your spouse cannot contact them in order to try to obtain information about you. Pets can also be included in a domestic violence restraining order, particularly if there was harm to a pet or perhaps the pet belongs to the children and you're seeking custody of those children. As it can be very confusing to figure out how to protect people under the domestic violence restraining order, you may want to seek legal counsel for this. We had a case where a client came into our office and she was residing with her sister and her brother, and she had taken the children over there because her spouse refused to leave. There were incidents of domestic violence in front of the children, and she just felt like it was a safer place to be with her family. When we went to file the domestic restraining order, we included all members of the household. And the courts did feel that since the members were living with her and threats had been made to the brother and the sister after she had left her home, that it was appropriate to include them in a domestic violence restraining order. I've had other occasions where clients have come in and they've needed protection for their roommate. Even though the roommate was not related to them, since they lived in the same household, and the actions of the abuser impacted the safety of the roommate, we were able to obtain protection as an additional protected person for the roommate of our client. So if you have any questions on who should be protected in your domestic violence restraining order, shoot us over an email or give us a call.